Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing well. Today I'm not feeling super great, but I still wanted to make a video. I can confirm that I look fantastic. I am wearing my top hat that I just bought. Check out Instagram. I think my story is still up. It's pretty standard. Anyway, today we are going to be learning how to apply for an assistance dog because that is something I will be doing. I live in Minnesota. This website Can Do Canines serves Minnesota and I think western Wisconsin. The cool thing about them is that they actually provide service dogs free of charge if you qualify, besides an application fee, which is $50, which is pretty cool, but because of this there is a fairly long waiting list. Not as big as some of the international or national organizations, but it's still can take a year, 2 years, that sort of thing, so I started now. So if you go to their website, which is can-do-canines.org, you see there are plenty of tabs, I guess is the right word. So we're going to look at our dogs and then go into assistance dogs. So as you can see, they have hearing assist, mobility assist, seizure assist, diabetes assist, and autism assist dogs. I obviously need mobility, so that's what we're going to look at. If you scroll down here, it talks about what kind of things that the mobility assist dogs can do. So this dog can open and close doors, pick up and retrieve dropped objects, pulling wheelchairs, steadying someone, turning off light switches, retrieving cordless phones, things like that, all of which are actually becoming harder for me. I'm getting, it's more difficult for me to kind of pick up and carry things or bend down, that sort of thing, and I don't know if that's going to get worse in the future, so I thought I would apply now because of the waiting list, as I said. So if you go down here, they have links about stories and things like that, so successes, I think that's in their gallery as well. And if you look over here, you can see how you can volunteer if you don't need an assistance dog. Oop, don't know that, there we go. But you still want to help, so you can raise puppies, you can be a start home, you can foster a dog, things like that. You can also donate to name a litter of puppies, which is pretty cool. And they also have prison programs, so if you watch Orange is the New Black, you'll see some of the characters have dogs that they raise. Those dogs usually go into some type of assistance program, whether that's for mobility, hearing, seeing, etc. Anyway, if we scroll down further, we can click about learn more and apply for a mobility assist dog. So this is the application, which I'm going to show you. Obviously, I'm not going to show my application because that's kind of personal. But as you can see, for this particular site, you have to be a resident of Minnesota or Wisconsin. You must have a physical disability, debilitating chronic illness, or neurological disorder. You have to be physically and financially able to take full responsibility for the dog, and you must be at least 10 years old. So once you request an application, you will get an email you'll get an email or a letter. I got an email about information, application forms, things like that. And yeah, then there are different application steps. So I believe actually we can look about that. So after you apply, here's what's going to happen. So you apply, then you get an in-home interview. If that goes well, then they'll start looking for an assistance dog for you. So most dogs from this website are either golden retrievers, labs, or mixes. You can also request a poodle if you have allergies, but that will be more difficult to find, so keep that in mind. You'll probably have a longer waiting time. And then eventually, once the puppy is found, you get to be partnered with the dog, and if it's a good fit, you start training, and then eventually they are certified. So you and your dog will take tests to prove that you can do the things that you need to do, and then your dog is a certified assistance dog, which means that your dog will be able to come with you in all public places, so to class, to work, to stores, whatever. There's no law that says they have to wear one of those fancy vests, but generally people do, just so the public knows not to mess with them, basically. And then eventually they get to go through a graduation ceremony, which is pretty cute. They have them twice a year. and you also get to be in a newsletter, which I think is very cute. Oh, apparently your dog receives a graduation identification cape and a canine style diploma. That is adorable. The interesting thing about this organization is you can try and train your pet to be an assistance dog, but they have very strict criteria for that. Let's see if we can pull that up. Yes, we can. So if you want your pet dog to be trained by them, your dog must be between 1 and 4 years of age, spayed or neutered, have vaccination. It has to have a letter of reference from your vet saying that your dog is a good candidate. They must have 2 levels of basic training, a letter of reference from the obedience trainer. The dog must already be able to perform 1 skill that would help you. Your dog has to pass a temperament evaluation. And then your dog has to be either the only dog or the only dog of that age or breed in the home. So they're pretty strict about this. And from what I understand, most pet dogs do not meet the criteria to be assist dogs, which makes sense because that's not what their purpose is for. The application itself, I don't think I can find it here, and I don't feel like showing you mine, but it was definitely rigorous. I can tell you I had to get 2 personal and 1 professional references. I needed to get a reference from my primary care physician as well as any other doctor that might weigh in on this as to whether or not they thought it was a good idea. You have to explain your conditions, you have to explain why a dog would be beneficial to you, etc., etc. I turned in my application a few weeks ago and I still haven't heard anything, so the waiting is definitely a little bit frustrating, but I think obviously it's a good thing. Let's see, let's go to gallery. I like looking at dog pictures. So if we go down here, you can see different pictures from the canine graduation and things like that. So here, let's look at graduates. So these are some people who have successfully passed the program. My friend actually has been in the program. She's not on this website, but she got her assistance dog, she has EDS as well, from here. So here's one graduate with her happy puppy. Here's another one. Oh, he looks very majestic. Here's a little kid. The children thing is mainly for the autism dogs. I think all other assistance dogs you have to be 18, but autism assist dogs are given to children 10 years and older. Oh, look at this one. This is a Yorkie. So this is clearly an example of somebody's pet dog who did pass to become a service dog, which is pretty nice, I think. Here's another, probably autism assist dog. Very cute. I love seeing cute dogs. Another very attentive dog you can see. And is there anything else we need to look at? I don't think so. They also do have a YouTube channel. Pretty cool thing about that is you can see organizations for assistance dogs in Minnesota actually go to the airport sometimes, and the airport here in Minneapolis has a special area that's just for assistance dogs, so they can practice going, like, the experience of going through an airport. So they get to see what it's like to go through security and wait in the waiting area and get on a plane, so that if their owners ever want to travel, they are prepared for that, which I think is pretty cool. Then over here, ways to help. As I said, you can donate a puppy, you can name a puppy, they have different merchandise, etc., etc. Volunteering wise, again, if you want to host a dog or anything like that. But yeah, it's a pretty great program. I am definitely excited, just close this, to see where it takes me. And I have to say that I think this is an exciting journey that I am excited to be sharing with you guys. So we'll see where it goes, and I will see you next week. Bye.